Thank you. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the earth, and nations will be in dismay, roaring at being perplexed by the sea and the wave. People will die in fright in anticipation of what is coming upon the world, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these signs begin to happen, stand erect, raise your heads, because your redemption is near. Beware that your hearts may not become drowsy from carousing and drunkenness, as well as the anxieties of daily life, that the day may catch you in surprise like a trap. For that day will assault everyone who comes on the face of the earth. Be vigilant at all times, and pray that you may have the strength to escape the tribulations that are imminent, to stand before the Son of Man." The Gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. A little bit of history and application of the history, and then we'll obviously proceed with the homily. Jeremiah, a prophet who kept warning the people of Israel to follow God's law and not mingle with other nations. And he was in the people of Israel. He was a member of the community, but the king was a problem. His name was Hezekiah. And Jeremiah creates a prophecy inspired by God that says, you know how you call your kings David? They all are Davids, not by name, but by heritage, all from the lineage of the first king, David. God says, I am going to raise up for David, in the house of David, a righteous person. In those days, you shall dwell secure, and his name will be the Lord our justice. Kind of poetic, kind of little mysterious maybe, without knowing all of the history of the people of Israel. But hope is the common denominator. And be ready to accept the hope that I send you when I get rid of your king who's not doing a good job and replace him with a new David, a new king. But this one will be special. We'll learn about who that is eventually. And then we have this beautiful gospel from Luke, which is kind of depressing. First day of Advent, season's starting, the lights are going up, the Presepio's here, the trees are here, the carols are being sung in the streets, left and right. And Jesus says, things are going to be screwed up bad. The time is coming where people will die of anticipation, and the stars will be falling out of the skies, and things will be really a mess. But in the meantime, don't try to escape by getting drunk, and don't try to escape by doing other things. Be ready. Now, that's a hell of a way to begin Advent. We're getting ready for December 25th. We're getting ready to put the baby in the crib. We're getting ready to buy presents and look forward to tomorrow and the rest of the tomorrows until Christmas Day. And this is what Jesus has to tell us today on this first Sunday of Advent from the Gospel of Luke? Yes, because Advent is a season that already came and left, but is here again and will come again. 3 Advents. The first Advent was looking forward to the new David that Jeremiah is promising. Advent, from the beginning of time, is waiting for the Messiah. Messiah comes, as you all know, Bethlehem and all that good stuff. He lives his message, and his reward from us, and this is important, this has a lot to do with the gospel, his reward from us is crucifixion. When good people come and do God's work and we crucify them, we're setting ourselves up for something bad. So that Jesus, born in Bethlehem, dies and resurrects. Oh, so the flavor of who Christ is changes. He resurrects. And now, a little side effect, and now we wait again for his coming in glory, his return. So now we are in the next stage of Advent. Advent from the beginning of creation to the birth, from the birth to the resurrection, and now we wait for the return in glory. So the gospel is appropriate because it's timely for us, especially this year and these past few years. It's timely for us. And if you and I were living in Jerusalem now, anywhere in the Middle East, or in Russia, or Ukraine, these things would sound very real and very applicable. People dying in fright. We've seen it. We've seen it on TV. We've seen it in the papers. It would look like the sun and the moon and the stars are falling out of the skies. Look at some of those disastrous pictures that the media sends us. And if you were living through that and your many-story home is rubble, it would certainly seem like the sky is falling and the stars are falling and people left and right are dying. So is Jesus predicting this? No. Jesus is predicting how we should be prepared because this happens every day. Not just in the Middle East and Russia. Now, things are disastrous every day in our lives. I don't mean everything's a downer, but I think we are challenged every day by death, by illness, by political intrigue, by war. And we're being encouraged today to look forward to the second coming of the Son of Man, Jesus Christ. So we light a candle to remind ourselves that all the junk that we're going through in our lives, and even the good stuff, but all the disasters of our lives are pretty normal and will continue to happen until Christ returns in glory. But in the meantime, and here's the catch from Paul's letter to the Thessalonians. We know the world's a screwed up place, and we've contributed to it in our own little way and grandiose political way. But Paul says, wait a minute, until Jesus returns in glory, things are going to get bad, and they're going to get good, and they're going to get bad. But what I want you to always hold on to is your love for one another. This is Paul's Christmas card to us today, the first Sunday of Advent. And I don't have to tell you about the political intrigue throughout the world. It's there, no matter where you look, no matter what country, no matter what continent, no matter what family. But Paul is saying, I want you to receive this Christmas card that you may abound in love. So even through all the chaos, even through the stars falling out of the sky and the seas and the waves, yes, Paul is saying, I want you to abound in love because this is temporary. We are in the stage of preparation for his return in glory. So I want you to strengthen your hearts. And you strengthen your hearts by preparing for the return of the one who is coming from God the Father. So through all of it, be ready optimistically. Through all of it, focus. Focus beyond the immediate. We're challenged to exhort, to really get to Jesus and ask him for the strength that we may conduct our lives in a way that honors God. So no matter where the challenge is in our world, it could be family, globally, no matter where the challenge is, no matter what aggravates you, no matter what disrupts us, Paul sends his Christmas card reminding us to focus on Christ and conduct ourselves according to his holy law of love. So what does that mean? Forgiveness, Merry Christmas. It means love, Happy New Year. It means lack of jealousy, surprise, surprise. So all the cards that Paul is sending us are summarized in the person in whose honor we lit that first candle. All of what Paul is telling us as we begin the season of Christmas and put bright lights and all these wonderful things, even though the world is a little shaky and dark, Paul is saying to us, hang on, stand up, be ready whenever he comes. He came once, the Father is sending him again. Be optimistic as you send your Christmas cards or make your Christmas cookies or hang your Christmas lights. Be optimistic. God is with us. God is even with the people of Ukraine and the people of the Middle East whose homes are being bombarded. And God could be with them through you and through me, through our prayer. Never cease praying, bringing God into our presence, reminding ourselves that he is coming back and he will bring peace and he will bring love. But we've got to be ready to use that peace and love today, now, and when we leave this building in the world.